Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Hey, welcome to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. There's a version of the world we see every day. It moves fast, it's loud, it demands attention. It tells us what's urgent, what's broken, and what's gone wrong. And if you spend enough time with it, it can start to feel like that's all there is. Like the world is made up mostly of conflict, mostly of division, mostly of things falling apart. Not because that's the whole truth, but because that's what rises to the surface. That's what gets amplified, and that's what travels the fastest. And over time, something subtle begins to happen. We don't just see those things more, we begin to expect them. We begin to assume the worst before anything has a chance to show us otherwise. We begin to carry a quiet belief that the world is more harsh, more disconnected, more unkind than it really is. And the hardest part is that belief starts to shape how we move through it. We become a little more guarded, a little more cautious, a little more prepared for things to go wrong. Not out of bitterness, but out of adaptation. We're responding to what we've been shown. And we're getting shown a lot these days. But here's what often goes unseen, guys, and we need to hear this. For every moment that gets attention, there are countless others that don't. Moments that don't trend. Moments that don't get recorded. Moments that don't get shared. Moments that are quiet, ordinary, and deeply human. A stranger holding the door just a second longer than they needed to. Someone choosing patience instead of frustration. A kind word offered when it would have been easier to stay silent. A small act of care that no one else notices except the person who needed it. These moments don't spread. They don't interrupt our day, and they don't demand to be seen. And because of that, they're super easy to miss. But guys, they are everywhere, happening constantly, woven into the fabric of daily life in ways that don't call attention to themselves. And if you're not looking for them, it can feel like they don't exist at all, especially with all this stuff happening right now to us. But they do exist. They always have. The world has never been made up only of what's loud. It's also made up of what's quiet. And sometimes what's quiet matters more. There's something powerful about choosing to notice these moments, as hard as it is. Not as a way to ignore what's difficult, but as a way to see more completely, to step out of the narrow window we've been handed and realize there's a much wider view available. Because when you begin to notice them, something shifts. Not in the world, unfortunately, but in you. You begin to feel less alone in it. Less like everything is working against you. Less like kindness is rare or disappearing. You begin to see that there are people everywhere choosing to be gentle, choosing to be thoughtful, choosing to be kind even when no one is watching. And that changes something. It softens the edges. It opens a little space where tension used to sit. It reminds you that what's good hasn't gone anywhere. It just hasn't been the loudest voice in the room. There's a quiet kind of hope in that. Not the kind that denies reality, but the kind that expands it. The kind that says, yes, there are things that need attention. Yes, there are things that need to change. But that's not all there is. There is also this moment, this gesture, this small, almost invisible thread of care that connects one person to another, and another, and another. We don't need to pretend that the world is perfect to see that. We just need to look a little closer. And it grows, guys, and it grows. So today, as you move through your day, pay attention to what doesn't announce itself, to the moments that pass quietly, to the things that don't make headlines. They get drowned in all this stuff that's going on. But they are there more often than you think. And the more you notice them, well, the more you realize something simple, something steady, something easy to forget in a world that moves this fast. There is still so much good here. And sometimes it's been right in front of you the whole time. Guys, out of this for just a second, I do want to say a few personal things. I know what's going on is very, very hard. It's very hard for me to know that people and families and kids and everything are being hurt and killed every day over things that are just so unnecessary. I know. I acknowledge this. I know it's going on, and I know what it does to us. That's why this is more important than anything that we possibly could do. Find the good stuff. Find that, because it's for your health and for your wellness. We need to keep loving for the world's help and for the world to recover. We need to keep spreading that love every day to everyone we can. To the difficult ones. To the ones that we can't seem to get through to with any logic. And I know that you're going through that too, because I am. And just remember guys, I love you very, very, very much. And you know what I need you to do, right? Go out there and pass that on. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Later, Gators. Bye.